Welcome back to the first real episode of Microtech Mondays. And today we're going to talk a little bit about my Osmo Pocket I've had for about over a week, just a little over a week now. Talk a little bit about some of the things that I have really appreciated and some of the things I hope that they change for the next one out. And some things I'm still hoping for with this one. First off, I want to tell you kind of from my perspective, before I got the Osmo here, I was shooting on a GoPro Hero 5, and before that a Hero 5 Session. So what I'm used to in a camera isn't really wow. It's just like, hey, that'll work, and you know, you do what you can to get some decent footage with it. Not complaining about my GoPro, really love it. I've got some awesome shots. One particular shot that I love, I caught a couple of fish underwater just because I was at the waterfalls. Anyways, I want to let you know where I'm coming from, so that way you have an understanding of why I feel about, you know, the things that I feel about this camera. So I make the preface, you know, mostly so that you guys know that I don't really know what I'm missing so much as I only know where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a Nikon that shot like 720p video and 10 megapixel pictures to a GoPro 5 to this has been a really nice upgrade. But before I get into the things that I like too much, let's get into the things that I hope are a little different for the second iteration of this nice little camera. One thing right off the top, batteries. We can't change the battery in this camera, so I carry these guys anyway because I'm, you know, using them to charge my GoPro or my drone or what have you in the field. But it would be nice to have 2 or 3 batteries for the Osmo Pocket so that when one dies, I can just swap it out for a brand new one and put that one on the charge and not have to worry about having a cable connected to my camera and running around or hanging out of my pocket while it's charging and shooting this and that. Yeah, that's a big one for me. Not having rechargeable batteries is a big one for me. Having the battery hanging out the bottom leads me to my second point, which is accessories. First of all, they don't exist yet, and I sure would like a mic adapter. But once I get the mic adapter, then how do I charge the camera and use the mic and shoot at the same time? That's not going to happen. And while we're on the topic of accessories, this is what I got to do to mount it to a tripod. Yeah, that's my Osmo Pocket with a hair tie around it to a GoPro, like 2 camera setup, to my GorillaPod or any other tripod. But yeah, until they come out with accessories, that's one thing that's kind of a bummer. And the first little thing that I've absolutely just adored about this little gimbal camera is how fast it comes out of the pocket on target and you're recording, catching the footage that you would have missed with another camera. I think you know, a lot of shots that I've gotten, and you guys will see some of that here at the end of this video, I would not have gotten with other cameras that I've had. And I don't think you would have got with many other cameras on the market. It really is quick and easy to, you know, get the camera out and snag that B-roll. Just so fast, so easy. And the ability to change functions while you're shooting. You know, if you get the camera on target in, say, FPV mode, you can slide the camera screen up and change to follow mode or change to tilt lock mode. Then lock on target and follow that person with face tracking or object tracking, and then tap the screen to change the exposure value, and then you have free access to pan and tilt again, and then you can lock onto another target or whatever, you know, but you can do all that stuff while you're still rolling. That's all been so nice to just get the camera out on target, recording, and start making things happen just in seconds. Obviously, another thing I've really enjoyed has been stabilized footage. The ability to have soft, gentle pans, the ability to have much more stable handheld footage has been really nice. Now that coupled with the ability to set the gimbal down, you know, either connected to my tripod the way I showed you, or just set it on a picnic bench or on top of a short wall, or any number of places that I'm comfortable setting it down without the accessories. You don't have the Wi-Fi base, which helps kind of stabilize the camera when you set it down for lapses and things and put it in precarious positions, places. But having the stabilized footage, as well as the nice panning and tilting and what have you, the ability to use your thumb on the slider on the right to kind of tilt the camera angle up or down while you're shooting is kind of interesting and nice. It just has expanded so many doors to the way I shoot, what I can shoot and how. You know, rising and exposing pan shots where you pull up and away from something and to reveal another thing, you know. And the third thing I want to talk about, on the positive side of the DJI Osmo Pocket, is how discreet it is. Oftentimes I'm just walking down the street, see something I want to record, pull out the camera, get my shot, and I'm putting it away before anybody realizes I was recording anything. It's not to say I'm sneaky. It's just to say that, like, when you're someplace at a fair or something and you see something happening and you pull out your camera and you go approach the whole situation, not only are you feeling a little uncomfortable, maybe if you're just walking down the street or vlogging or what have you, like I do, with a big camera in your hand, but other people notice it and they behave differently when they see a camera. With this little guy, most people don't notice what's going on. You just reach in your pocket, you pull out a little thing, it doesn't really look like a camera, and until you start pointing it at people to use it like a camera, they don't know it's a camera. And so if you're just stopping to get a shot of some birds or a statue or some artwork, or if you don't really go putting yourself out there like you're using a camera, they don't know it's a camera. I mean, at least at first. It's really quite discreet, and that's really a positive for me. You know, get in, get a shot, get out. I don't offend anybody or bother anybody. They don't start acting all, different because the camera's around. They don't start putting on a show or doing whatever. They're just doing whatever they were doing, and that's what I wanted to get in the first place. Alrighty guys, here's a little bit of footage that I've used the DJI Osmo Pocket to shoot over the last 10 days that I've been using it. That kind of hopefully explains a little bit of why I really am enjoying using this camera, and I'm glad that I made the purchase. I wouldn't say it's an upgrade to the GoPro that I'm using. I would say it's different. It's a different branch of the same tree. I'm really glad that I now have the opportunity to shoot different footage in a different way. So here's that footage. A little bit about my new camera here, which is the DJI Osmo Pocket. Really,
Shut up
really
and sit down.
stabilized footage there. The sound quality isn't so bad.
Shut up and sit down.